Hi everyone, we are continuing to look at Tom Wright's book The Servant King, based on the book of Isaiah and chapters 40 to 55. And today we're looking at chapters 45 to 47, and this is about God's sovereignty bringing ultimate victory. Now the temple in Jerusalem, said to be built by Solomon, was destroyed in 587 or 586 BC when the Babylonians captured the city and torched it, and they exiled the people from the southern part of Israel, the Judeans, and took them off to Babylon. This exile came to an end when King Cyrus of Persia conquered the Babylonian Empire and permitted the Judeans to return and start to rebuild the temple. So someone who was not a follower of God, someone who was a pagan in fact, was used by God to fulfill his purposes at just the right time. Because God had made promises to Israel and he's faithful to his covenant. The people of Israel might have wondered why God used a pagan king. They could maybe have said, well, like we might say actually, God, you're doing all this wrong. But God replies, will you question what I am doing? Israel's religious life had been contaminated by idols throughout its history. They might have worshipped God, but sometimes some people also worshipped idols. Maybe some of them thought that they would be hedging their bets. In these few chapters we are looking at in Isaiah, God compares himself to idols, which of course can do nothing. And he says the people who worship them are clueless and have no understanding. But people who recognize God and what he does are welcome. Anyone and everyone is welcome. He is a God who welcomes you, well, whoever you are and whatever your age. God says, even to your old age and grey hairs, I am he who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you. I have made you and I will rescue you. And then he asks this question, to whom will you compare me or count me equal? To whom will you liken me that we may be compared? And of course, this is really a rhetorical question because there isn't an answer that can be given, and we know what God is saying here. Remember this, says God, I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is none like me. No magic spells or sorceries or astrologers or stargazers who make predictions can help. They can't even help themselves. However, there are still idols around. Modern idols are things like celebrity and money, power, pride, prestige. These idols are really not of any substance. They are not really of any lasting worth, and they're not things that God would be proud of. Surreptitiously, they turn people's attention away from God, like the glossy, glitzy world of Babylon, or the glossy, glitzy world we may live in and come up against. They are powerless to bring real peace, to bring salvation, and to bring relationship with God. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, the rest of the week, and I hope to see you next week. Bye for now.